Running a retail business doesn't have to be so hard. Welcome to the Creative Shop Talk podcast, the go-to podcast for creative shop owners, studio owners, and independent retailers. I'm your host, Wendy Batten, retail business coach and mentor. Each week, I'll share simple, proven business strategies, inspiring stories from fellow retailers, and advice from industry experts. Together, we're going to work to find the success you want from your retail business with more profits in your till and a little more joy in your life. I think today I'm going to share with you some exciting strategies on what will make you stand out. And let's talk about, why would a customer choose you? Why should they jump in and, go to another town or decide to go to your shop? What makes you different? How do you stand out? What makes you different than your competitor? Let's talk about it. Okay, friends, we all know that we need to have customers know, like, and trust us. You may have heard me talk about that before, and it's, just that. How do we get customers to know our business, like our business, and trust us? And trust is the big key there. And what makes you any different than your competitor down the street? When I'm looking for your product, or your store, or what you're serving, why would I choose you? Now, sometimes retailers will tell me that customers are choosing because of the products they sell. So that might be the case. There's some people that search certain products and that, oh, there's the retailer, I'm going to go to that retailer. But I want you to not bank on that. I want you to bank on people wanting to come and support you, your brand, your store, your story. Everything that you do matters inside your store. So let's talk about why, if you're selling a DIY product and I'm selling a DIY product, how do customers choose? Whether we're just proximity, or, if people are just choosing you because of the brand you sell, or they're just choosing you because of proximity, or if they're just choosing you because of pricing, that's not building long-term relationships with customers. That's not really getting them involved or excited about your brand and who you are. You need to make sure that we are sharing our values. We are sharing what matters to us. Those are the things that stand out to you, right? So I have a retailer I work with, and she has the website, the Facebook page, but it's not exciting. It's not just trying to be too corporate. I think that's the only way I can say it. She was trying to be too corporate. She was trying to just do things so professionally. It's like, showing the store and showing things, and there was no emotion, no reason for customers to say, oh my gosh, I love that lady, and she's super cool and she's super awesome, and she knew I was going to talk about her, but I wasn't going to share her name today, but or I won't be sharing her name, but she's like really dynamic. And if you go into the store, you see that, but on the surface of when I'm looking at the social media and the, Google My Business, and it's like, meh, like there's like, what makes this person stand out? Why do I care? It just looks like another brand, like any other brand out there. When I know that she had passion for her customers, I know she has passion for even sharing different community things that she's really passionate about. She's a volunteer with her local shelter, and, there's just so many things. And when we started talking about this and we started pulling these things out, I said, you're the face of your store. You're the face of your brand, and your staff are amazing, and you're amazing. And you got into this business because you really wanted to help other creatives create. She's a paintpreneur. She does paint sales and DIY along with giftware and other products. And I said, you're not sharing your story. Share your story about why you're so passionate about this, and share your enthusiasm for your products, and share your enthusiasm. And I mean, really share your values and what you stand for and what your story is. Like, why did you start this business? And share it over and over and over again with people. So she made a few shifts in what she started to do. And, adding, maybe some personal photos. And I say that you don't have to share personal things. People always give me feedback and they have tension about that. But what I mean is, there's a face behind a brand, right? You're not just a ABC company. You're not just, Susie's paint company. You are Susie and Mike and the 3 kids and ballet classes, and, share the good and the bad, share the behind the scenes, share the fun things that are happening, share the dreams you have for your business, share the trials and tribulations that you have, not in a really negative, don't make people feel bad, but maybe after the fact, like just how we got here, and share why you opened your store. You have a story. I know you have a story. Everybody has a story, and customers want to relate to your story, especially right now going into 2021 here, or as we're going through 2021, people are looking for connections. I want to do business, and our customers want to do business with businesses that have heart, have soul, have a story. I want to make a difference. If I can go buy a product, I'm going to go giftware shopping, or whether even, let's say paint. I'm going to go paint shopping. I'm going to go buy some paint. I'm going to go to the next town over. I'm going to go support that person that I have seen, maybe showing up in the community, supporting local, shelters or whatever. Share those things. I have an actual literal store here in my community that I know that they support a local dog shelter. And I don't know, not even that's a big passion project of mine, but I think, oh, wow, that's really nice. They're like a heartfelt company. They don't feel like this cold company. They're sharing what's important to them. They're sharing the behind the scenes a little bit. They're sharing, my first paint project or whatever. They're sharing these things, and that makes me connect with them, makes me say, oh, wow, they're real people and they really care about their customers. And, whether you have an antique shop, a paint shop, a bookstore, a chocolate shop, whether you're selling beautifully curated gifts, everybody has competition, and everybody has a reason for me to want to go to your shop versus the shop down the street. And we can do it in a variety of ways. We can share on social media. So on Facebook, Instagram, all the places, if you're a TikToker and all the stuff and reels, by sharing what's important, by sharing why customers should come in. We can share our backstories a little bit. We can share photos. I'm always telling you that you are the CEO of your retail business. And I often joke about the board of directors is usually sitting at our kitchen table, right? It's usually whoever's in our household is part of our CEO collective kind of group, right? Our board of directors. So share a picture of your board of directors every now and then, and just even use that term. Say, here's our board of directors. We are trying to connect with people on a human to human level right now. And humans have stories. Humans have hard times. Humans have exciting times. Humans have passion for what they're doing. And I know you have a story. I know you have a story. I know that there's a reason that you started your business. I know that there's something that just makes your heart happy when something's happening in your store. What is that? So for me, I will share that. I was doing this, I guess, authentically sharing. I don't know. There was no strategy to what I was doing as I was growing my original store, Front Porch Mercantile. When I was growing it, I was sharing with people all the time. I would get so excited at workshops when people would get that aha moment, when they would feel like that confidence. That to me really mattered to me. That really made my heart happy. When I would see the light bulb go off, I guess is the case, when I would teach workshops or I would have a customer that would be really hesitant for something and buying, and I would walk them through the process and I would share that, or I would, get them to get confident, and then they would call me back, or they would come in the next week and they'd say, I did it. And they'd send me pictures of their finished project. I'm telling you, that used to light me up. That's what lights me up with coaching now too. It's the same excitement. And I would share that on Facebook. And again, I wasn't doing this as a strategy or tactic or whatever you want to call it, but I was sharing my heart. I was sharing how excited I was. And then people started to trust me, right? They trusted that, oh, she's the girl that's really nice and is going to take her time, is going to explain to me and help me with my confidence when I'm picking out my paint. I don't think people actually thought that, all those steps, but I was building trust with people. I was building trust with clients. And again, this is the same way I feel about coaching and the same way I treat my inner circle people and my one-on-one coaching clients. Like when that light bulb goes on, I am so excited. Like when I see the puzzle pieces go together, it's the same for me now with that as it was when I was teaching people to paint or helping them pick products or giftware or things for their home in my store. Like it's the same thing. And so when I would share that, and when I share it even now, hopefully you feel that even right now listening to this, like, oh, she does care. Like I really do care. So there's a little, I don't know, what do you call that? Beta or meta, I guess, a little meta here, teaching you what I'm doing in my coaching. And you can do that with your customers as well too. Don't be afraid to share your passion and what lights up your heart. And don't be afraid to do that over and over again. So when customers would send me like after projects, I was sharing the heck out of that stuff because I was so proud of them, right? So when customers would walk in my store, they would maybe not even know me. Maybe they would just be like, oh, hey, it's my first time in here. But, I drove all the way from another town past some other people because I had built up that know, like, and trust factor with them before they'd even walked in the door. So you can do that as well too. I really want to encourage you to think about sharing more, sharing your story as much as you can. Story matters. And I would share all the time. A lot of Front Porch Mercantile was named because I was selling furniture off my front porch. So Front Porch Mercantile was named long before it was even a store. It was just because it was my hobby. And people knew that. They knew that, I had a big front porch, not at my shop, but at my house, so people got to know, like, and trust me, and they started to build relationships with me. And they can do that with you too. And again, sharing your why, I guess, and sharing your face. If you're the face of your business, if you're the one that I'm going to deal with when I walk in the store, or you and your staff, not just you, because I encourage you to have a team if you have it, and depending on the size of your business as well too. But if you're an independent brand, connecting with your customers on a human level is so important. So show your face, show your team, introduce people, tell them why Susie, who works for you, is so cool, and, why she's just like the rock star, like whatever, whatever her specialty is, and why people should come in and meet her. And, did you know she's doing this after work? She has a passion project and this is what she's doing. It's so cool to share stories. So I'm not just walking into your shop and feeling like, oh, there's a clerk behind the desk who's selling me things. See the difference? Now I'm going to walk in, I'm like, oh, that's the lady Susie, and apparently she's really good. If you're an antique dealer, you're a vintage seller, and I say, oh, she's also a collector of ironstone. She loves ironstone. I saw that on one of your stories, and you're like, oh yeah, and let's talk ironstone. I love ironstone too. So there's connections, there's human contact. I'm hoping that this is coming across as not just, put all your whatever out there for everybody, but really connecting with people, letting people know the other side of not just, we sell these things and this is what we do. Because if I'm searching for you, let's just say I'm searching for you on Facebook or whatever, on Google, and I'm searching you. And, I'm going to click through. That's what we do now, right? Is your Facebook page really conveying your heart and soul? Is your, and what you do and your passion and why you do it? And I don't just mean writing in your little, about we love to serve people paint. Are there videos? Are there store tours with, bloopers? None of us are perfect. So again, humans aren't perfect. So they might get a real kick out of the fact that you spill paint too. They might get a real kick out of the fact that it's imperfect, and it's okay to be imperfect. We all know that, right? But I just wanted to share this podcast episode because I've been seeing a lot of retailers thinking, we have to be professional. We have to just do it in this format. But it's actually the opposite. Foot traffic will come to you, customers will come to you if you are real and if you are, again, a human to human contact. One of the marketing strategies that we talk about in my 5-part marketing plan is, engaging, and that's part of it, right? It's engaging and nurturing your customers, and that's connecting with them. It's important for us to share our stories with people. So wrapping up, I hope you think about what makes you stand out. You're not a big brand. You're not a big box brand. You're not a no-name brand. You have a story. I want you to start thinking about sharing as much as you can about your story. And don't share it once. We all know what Facebook's like, or Instagram, or wherever you're sharing. We all know that they're going to share it once, and that's not going to, 8 people are going to see it maybe this week. So make sure you're sharing your story over and over again in different ways. You don't have to share the same story over and over again. Share your passion projects. What's important to you outside of work? What's important to your business? What's important to your business values? Like, does your business support a charity, or does your business really, whatever. Everybody has different values of what their business are. These are the pieces that make you relatable. These are the pieces that make your store stand out. It doesn't mean you have to share all your personal. Let's just review that. It doesn't mean you have to share everything personal, but you're sharing your business values and your company values and your brand values. It's so important. And, maybe your journey and anything that you can share that's going to make you relatable. One of my retailers has a beautiful store. Just a side note, I don't even have this in my notes, but one of my retailers has this really great sort of little mini art gallery on the side of her shop. And it's beautiful and lots of, beautiful artwork there. And nobody knew that she was doing the art. Like, it was mostly her and her art. And she, somebody just said, "What is this, AG here?" And I'm like, "Oh, well, that's mine." And, her name was Anne. And customers were like, "What?" And she just didn't want to share that she was an artist because her store is more of a giftware store, but she has this little corner of this art, and it's so beautiful. And once her customers started encouraging her to tell people, and I was encouraging her to tell people, it just became part of the story. And she talked about how, she just picked up a paintbrush and started painting. She's not really an artist, not really a painter, but people were asking to buy the occasional little one. So then she painted 2 and then 5 and then a little corner, but she's not really an artist. That's what she keeps saying. But this is just a little story, that helped people connect with her and, gave conversation when they came in. And I don't know, just a little bit of human contact inside our stores will really help. It also takes away from that sleazy sales. I hate saying that. Again, I hope that comes across right. But it's like a connection. People want to deal with real people. They don't necessarily want to do the big box. So, and I've said that over and over, I know, but this isn't a sales tactic. This isn't a strategy to put in place. This is just, in my books, common sense, but it is part of a framework in sharing and understanding that your customers want to know, like, and trust you. And when they know, like, and trust you, this is going to help your foot traffic. It's going to help your reputation. It's going to help you become the go-to when people are, like I'm smiling thinking about some of your shops out there. I know some of you have these beautiful shops, and you want your customers smiling when they think of your business, right? So smiling, and they want to support you, and they want to go out of their way to drive to your shop, and they want to do business with you because you're not this faceless store with just an open sign on the front door. So anyway, hopefully that all makes sense. We'll talk about this a little bit more. If you haven't joined my Rockstar Creatives, we have conversations over there. It's a free Facebook group that I have inside Facebook called Rockstar Creatives. Join me there. We continue the podcast over there. And I also want to mention, I have a lot of retailers ask me how they can work with me and how I can support you with your business. I do one-on-one coaching. I also have a fantastic, if I do say so myself, group of retailers inside my Retailers Inner Circle. If you want more information on that, you can check it out at wendybatten.com. I'd be so grateful if you enjoyed the podcast today, if you would subscribe so you don't miss any more, and leave us a review if you're listening to us on Apple Podcasts. That really helps us be found by other retailers so we can support more retailers just like you. So hopefully this was a helpful podcast for you, and I'm so happy that you are here. Have a fantastic week, my friends. We'll see you soon. Well, that's it for this week's episode of the Creative Shop Talk podcast. I'm so glad that you were here to join us this week, and I hope you found value in what we're sharing here. I want to remind you that our website has all of the show notes. You can find it at wendybatten.com/podcast podcast. Everything that you need to hear about today's podcast is there. Also an opportunity if you need to reach out to me. If I can support you in any way whatsoever, please feel free to reach out. Make sure you join our Rockstar Creatives Facebook group. We will continue the conversation over there weekly. So thanks for joining us. Please leave a review, subscribe if you can, and never miss an episode. We hope to see you back here again next week. Thanks, my friend. Have a great week.